Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures Audio Podcast. I'm your host, Janelle Orsino, aka Enthusiast Adventure, and in this week's episode, we're going to dig into my everyday carry, aka my EDC. Let's get into it. First and foremost, I hope you guys are all doing well, and thank you for listening to this week's episode. I really appreciate it. So, what is an EDC? Why do we carry it? What goes into it? And what do I have on my person? An EDC is basically short for your everyday carry, and there are different variations of an everyday carry. Some people pertain that to a personal safety or protection device, aka pistol of some sort, and other people consider that to be a knife or a pouch with an organizer in their kit, and other people categorize that in a list of items starting from 5 items working their way up. But for me, what I keep in my EDC is very basic, but also very specific to my needs. And when you're building an EDC, if this is something that you're interested in doing, or if this is something that you don't even realize that you do, you really need to think about what your everyday looks like and what are the things that you need the most accessible to you. And for me, I live a very fast paced lifestyle. I love the outdoors, so I'm spending a lot of the time in the woods. So I have built my EDC around my everyday needs. And your EDC technically is something that is usually on your person at all times. So it's in your pockets, it's on your belt, it's in your jacket, etc., etc. Your EDC isn't necessarily your bag or purse or backpack that you carry around because technically when you're moving around and transporting that, yes, it is on your person, but then whenever you get to your location, usually you put that down and continue on your day doing whatever tasks you're doing. It's not necessarily or technically on your person 24/7 or as your everyday carry. So, we're talking about items that I carry with me in my pockets on my person pretty much at all times, if not 95% of the time. Typical 5 items for an EDC would follow under a knife, a pen, flashlight, wallet, and watch. Those are the basic 5 categories, and then you can build off of it from there. So I'm going to go in no particular order for me, but I'm going to talk about the items that I have, why I have them, and I do have some specs and some prices for you guys. I couldn't find everything, but for the most part, I've got it here, and I'm just going to let you guys know what I have. Now, honestly, this kit for me has been what I've been carrying probably for the last 6 months. And I really like it. I'm happy with it. But I wasn't a big EDC fan before I really did my research and figured out what it was and what it's all about. And there are people that really, really are passionate about this. So shout out to everybody who is passionate about your EDC and leave a comment below telling me what those 5 items are that you carry or more on your day to day and why you carry them. I would love to hear back from you guys and even maybe shout you guys out in the next episode. First item in my EDC, and some people might overlook, is my cell phone. So I have a Google Pixel cell phone. Had that for about 2 years now. It works really well. I like to make sure that this thing is always fully charged as best as possible. It's always plugged in when I'm driving to and from somewhere, so I can pick up some charge on it, keep that thing is charged up as much as possible so that I can always rely on it and it can last as long as I need it to last. I also like to make sure that I have a backup way to charge it at work, in my car, and if I'm going into the woods, I usually keep a small little portable charger with me that's fully charged and has the cables for this and my earbuds. So, cell phone is the first thing. The secondary piece of kit is my watch, and I have the Samsung Galaxy watch. It came with the phone when I bought it as like a bundled deal. This thing is really great. Can use it with GPS, can track my fitness and my heart rate and all of that good stuff. It's got a lot of cool features on it. It's waterproof. I really like it. I have it on an elastic band just because it's more comfortable on my wrist. I don't have to worry about it rusting or clanking around. And this is a really great little piece of kit. The next two items are interchangeable, but I will talk about my main used set of earbuds here, and these are the Skull Candy Dime 2s. This is like a $20 to $25 set of wireless earbuds. They work really, really well. You can get them in a bunch of different colors. I use mine all the time. They're really great sound quality for music, but they're also really good for taking phone calls, and they're really inexpensive. They come in this very small case that obviously you can charge up and then they can recharge once you put them in there. They got a nice little rubber piece on them. And I keep one of these really small S carabiners on there so I can clip this to my keys, to my backpack, to my waist, excuse me, what have you. So these are my first choice when it comes to earbuds for my everyday carry. But sometimes these ones fall out of my ears, so then I went and I picked up a pair of these JLab over-ear wireless earbuds, and these basically just have that little over-the-ear piece of rubber or silicone to help hold them in place. Sometimes when I'm working out or when I'm sweating or what have you, the little earbuds don't want to always stay in my ears. So I picked up these ones. I believe I bought these for $40, $35, $40 at the time that I got them on like a Black Friday deal. Again, they work really well. The sound quality is great on them. They're wonderful for phone calls. There's no static or like weird muffle sound. And the cool thing about these is that the charger wire, little USB piece, is already built into the case. As to the, or in comparison, excuse me, to the Skull Candies, they take a little micro USB charger, and you would have to have that cable and that little brick for that cable ready to go to recharge that, as to where the J Labs already have that little piece of wire built into the back. It folds down nice and flush, and then that little USB piece pops out, so you can plug that in anywhere there's a USB charging port, and you can charge up your case and your earbuds right then and there. But to be honest, both pairs, when I fully charge them, last for a couple days for me. So I normally don't have to worry about plugging it in right away. But it's the same thing with my phone. I make sure that I have a charging cable in my car ready to go if I need to recharge these, or at my workstation. So these are two pairs of earbuds that are pretty inexpensive and are fantastic quality. I will be a Skull Candy and JLab earphone consumer for life unless another brand comes along and absolutely wows me. But for the most part, those two earbuds do everything that I need them to do, and they're inexpensive. And if you're somebody like me who drops things, who's heavy on things, and who loses things quite often, something in the $20 to $40 price range is what I want to spend on earbuds. I'm not going to spend $200 to $300 on a pair of Bluetooth earbuds and then lose them, drop one, break them, etc. That's just ridiculous to try to replace that item. So I like to go inexpensive but good quality, and these two earbuds definitely check all the boxes for me. The next item here is my wallet, and this is a no-name brand wallet. It is a trifold wallet. It's leather, and I've had this thing since I was 14 years old, and I can't seem to shake it. It's just a very well built quality. It's got a little bit of sentimental value, but it's the perfect size for me. And like I said, it's a trifold brown leather wallet. Holds all my cards, my phone, or excuse me, holds all my cards, my cash, my fishing and hunting licenses, my driver's license, my boating license, all of that good stuff. Nothing too great about it. You can get the tactical ones, the ones that are RFD, or they have that card scamming protection on them. You can get something a little bit slimmer. I prefer this wallet. I have tried other wallets in the past. They don't do it for me. If I am going to some sort of event like a wedding and I'm wearing something nicer, I have a slim bifold wallet that really just holds my ID, a card, and some cash, and that's what I'll take with me for those events. But every other day of the week, I'm carrying this little trifold wallet. Love that thing to death. I got that in Virginia on a family trip, and it has held up for 10 plus years. Next item that I have is a pair of sunglasses. These are a $15 pair of sunglasses that I got from a company a while back. It was just a no-name brand, but they are pretty good quality. And if you're somebody like me who has light-colored eyes, I have sensitive eyes. So my eyes are very sensitive to light. And sunglasses and a way to protect my eyes is something that I need on the daily. So this is just a metal pair of sunglasses. They're gold and they've got a nice black solid, I don't know if it's carbon fiber or just a high quality plastic, excuse me, on the little earpieces. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the words here, but I just have a nice little pair of sunglasses is all I'm basically trying to say. When I'm fishing, I'm always wearing polarized sunglasses. It helps me see into the water and obviously protect my eyes. And then this pair that I have here is a darker pair, $15. Again, really easy to replace them. Sometimes I even go to Five Below and I get a couple pairs for $5 of the little plastic ones. They actually work really well, especially if they have like a color tint on them. So I'll get like a couple pairs and I'll throw them all around, but I always like to have a good pair with me. I'm not somebody who's going to go spend, a couple $100 on Ray-Bans or Oakleys for my everyday because, again, lose them, drop them, run them over with the car. It's happened before. So a $15 pair or a $5 pair of sunglasses just to protect my eyes on the daily is usually my go-tos. If I am fishing on the boat or on the kayak, I do have a good pair of Oakleys that have polarized lenses. They were a gift for my Sweet 16. I've had them. I'm 29 now, so for 13 years, and they have been a really reliable source. But for my everyday, I want something with good quality, but again, that is inexpensive and replaceable if I drop, lose, or break them. The last thing that I keep on my person and not in my pouch, which we're going to talk about in a second, is my multi-tool. So this is going to cover the first category of our kind of 5 categories of what you carry in your EDC. And some people prefer a knife, some people prefer a multi-tool, some people carry both. For me, a multi-tool is where it's at, especially for an everyday carry. I don't work in a place where I really need to have a big fixed blade or can have a big fixed blade on my person or even a small neck knife. It's just not something that I can carry in your regular urban business setting. But this little black multi-tool that I have here in my hand slides in my pocket really nice. The clip clips in. You can't really tell that that's there. Don't feel it too much, but it has all of the features on it that I need and wanted in a multi-tool. So let's talk about it really quick. Let me pull up my specs for you guys. Okay, so I have purchased 2 of these multi-tools. It is by a brand called Next Tool. I think it's just, a knockoff or a different brand of multi-tool. And the main reason that I picked this is because, like I said, it has all the features that I wanted. So obviously, I like a multi-tool that has a good, solid, fine edge knife. I don't like serrations on my knife. I like a plain and simple fine edge knife. So boom, that has the fine edge on it. Perfect. It's a nice size, good blade profile. I like it. The second thing that I like on a multi-tool is a folding saw so that I can do some whittling and carving. So this thing also has a folding saw on here. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It does work. I have tried it, and so far, I don't have many complaints. But the third thing for me, and the biggest thing, is a good pair of spring-loaded pliers and then also scissors. So if I break this thing open, it's got spring-assisted pliers, which is my number one for me. I don't like multi-tools that don't have that spring assist. I just prefer it. It's my personal preference. And then it has this really nice pair of scissors that folds out as well. And these scissors are probably 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches long in length. Again, spring loaded, and they are very sharp. I've used them to cut clothing, fabric, rope. I've used them to cut wire. So far, so great with them. And sometimes I'll take a little file to all my blade edges just to keep them sharp. But these things have worked phenomenally well. They're not like those little pliers. You can hold this thing in your whole hand and you can use it and it works great. So the scissors for me were my big draw for this multi-tool. So those are the 4 main tools that I look for. An added feature, obviously, is going to be some sort of can opener style situation, some sort of file, which we have here. And we also have a little Phillips head screwdriver. But the nice thing about this kit is that it comes with a tip accessory and extender for the screwdriver. So in the sheath that it comes in, which is just this little nylon sheath, you pull this out, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 extra bits and the extender attachment for this little Phillips head screwdriver. So we technically have 10 different screwdrivers in one. And that's really important for me because I work with a lot of electronics at times and a lot of tools and camera gear and equipment like that that require a little bit of fine tuning and tightening or loosening, or might need to take something apart, clean it out, what have you. So This multi-tool has the little Phillips head on it, which is pretty universal, and then it has an extender bit, which gives me a couple different tool options. So we've got like a little torque here, we've got a couple flathead sizes, and a couple other Phillips head sizes, and these are interchangeable. If you want to change these out with another tip that you use more frequently than one that you don't, take that out and replace it, but it gives you, again, 9 different bit options. So this multi-tool here is $38 or $40 on Amazon, and I believe when I bought it, I paid either 34 or something or 30. It was a Black Friday deal, but I've purchased 2 of them. I have one for me and I have one for my wife. And so far, so good. We really enjoy them. Been using this for the last 8 months. I've had it on me every day, and it really makes me happy. And I'm proud that I bought it, and I'm happy with the build quality so far. I haven't had any of the screws or hexes loosen on me. It also has this really nice belt clip that I mentioned. Nice and sleek. That thing hasn't gotten loose on me at all. And so far, so good. If you're looking for a multi-tool that's pretty affordable, but also has these qualities, then I would suggest this next tool or multi-tool. It's the 12-in-1 model, and like I said, it comes in a black coated coloring. So just go ahead and check that out if you're interested in it. If not, it's no problem to me. But again, for all the categories and features that I wanted on this tool, this thing knocks it out of the park. And for a $40 price point, it's perfect for me. All right, so let's get into the pouch. So I keep a little pouch organizer with me in my cargo pocket typically, or even this fits in like my deep pants pockets. And this is the Viper Raid VE1-P EDC organizer pouch. It holds 5 tools. It's made of a polyester 500D high strength fabric, and it weighs 5.6 ounces, or at least that's what it says in the package. I don't think this whole thing weighs that much, but this is what the statistics were on the website that I bought it from. And this thing is really incredible. I didn't want a pouch that was too big, and I didn't want something that was too small. This was my first pouch organizer purchase, and so far, so great. I bought mine in the blue color just because I prefer blue for my EDC, and it's got a really nice zipper on the back. It's got these 2 paracord loops on the outer side that you can hang a lanyard on, so you can put it over your neck. It's got a Velcro attachment here if you wanted to put a pouch on it. It's got 3 little MOLLE spots in the front, as well as 3 slots of different sizes for sliding your flashlight, lighter, and pen in here. And then it's got a deeper 1 pocket slide-in piece, which is where I keep my notebook. So this thing is great. I spent $16.79 on this pouch, and again, I've had this thing for 6 months. Has worked really well. The material on it is great. It's got this nice kind of plasticky rubber interior, which kind of keeps it pretty waterproof, or at least water resistant. And the quality on the outside's great. There's a little bit of, use, a little bit of wear, no tear really, but just like you can tell on the corners that this thing has been slid in and out of my pocket. I took this thing with me when I went to Portugal when I was traveling. I obviously took the knife out of it, but I kept this with me every single day, and I keep it in my pocket every day. It works really, really well. I really can't recommend it enough. Again, inexpensive, but does all the things that I need, and it's high quality. So I would recommend that to anybody who's looking for a small EDC pouch. Now I'm going to go in order here. So the first thing that I have is this little flashlight. And this is an ARTON, I don't know, ARTONM is the name of the brand flashlight. And I bought this in a 2-pack actually. It came with the longer version and this one's the shorter version. So this is a 0.55 or half an inch width by 3.5 inch long little flashlight. It's made out of aluminum. It weighs 0.7 ounces. It's water resistant. It takes 1 AAA battery, and it says that it's 180 lumens. I paid $8.99 for the 2-pack, so basically I paid like $4.50 or so for just one, and I get my batteries for this from the dollar store or from Harbor Freight when they're in like their bulk packaging. So far, I really love this flashlight. It is only a single mode flashlight. It's got a really nice belt clip on it. Again, made out of that aluminum. It's got a singular push button. I bought the black version. And so far, I really, really like this flashlight. I don't think you need to break the bank when it comes to certain things. This thing has worked phenomenally well. So I really, really love this flashlight. And if you're interested, again, a 2-pack, one that's a little bit longer, it's like a regular pen size flashlight, and then this one that's 3.5 inches long for $9 or so. You can't beat it. You do have to buy the batteries separate, but you can go to the dollar store, spend $1.25 on a 4-pack or whatever, and you're good to go. The next item that I have in my kit is a Bic lighter slim version. So this is a green Bic lighter, and on the outside here I have wrapped a bunch of electrical tape. This electrical tape has multi-uses for me. It can be used for first aid purposes and could also be used for repairing purposes as well as a fire extender. So electrical tape is actually flammable. So I could take a piece off, cut it, and then light it and hopefully start a fire. That is a little 2-in-1 item here. I get my Bic lighters from the dollar store as well. You don't have to spend a lot of money, guys, to get into your EDC equipment or to. It can be as inexpensive or expensive as you want it to be. The Bic lighter, obviously, great for starting fires, lighting cigarettes, cigars, birthday candles, all those things. If you have a thread that's loose on your clothing, take the lighter to it, melt that thing down, and it's good as new. The lighter, again, $1.25. Its dimensions are 1.28 by 2.28 inches long, and it says that it weighs 0.32 ounces. So I hope those statistics are correct, but if they're not, sorry guys, I'm not perfect. The next thing that we're going to talk about here is this pen that I have. And typically when you're talking about an EDC pen, you want something that's metal and tactical. For me, I went with the metal, yes, but tactical, not so much. So this is actually a pen that my wife had lying around. She actually has 4 of these. I think she got them from some sort of event that she worked a while back. But it's a really cool pen, and I found a similar model online that I can tell you guys about. But let me just talk about this pen for a second. So this is a 3-in-1 pen. It's all metal construction. I believe it's stainless steel. It has your little clip on it, like a little pocket clip. It also has a stylus on one end, which is great for, all of your electronical needs. It's got your regular pen, ballpoint pen in black ink feature. And then on the other end of the pen, it has this little mini flashlight tip, this little LED flashlight. You push it in and it turns on and it gives you this very small little light. And yes, some people may say this is gimmicky. I do not. I actually really love this thing. When you're just kind of looking for your keys or you just need this little bit of light and you're looking in a darker area, this thing is really awesome. And again, this is like 3 tools in one. And I know that I already have my main flashlight, but if this thing dies or breaks or something happens to it, I have this backup one. And 99% of the time, I actually pull the pen out more often than I pull the flashlight out because I don't need such a high amount of lumens. I just need to be looking around for something that I dropped or misplaced, and sometimes I don't want to waste the battery on the bigger flashlight. So it's a really great pen. I love the way it feels. I really love the way it writes. And I was able to find the company on Amazon for you guys. So let me see. It's called Wixgear, and it is the Tri-Function pen. Now, you can buy these pens in a variety of different colors. The cheapest that I found was a 5-pack for $15.99. So you're spending like $3 per pen, and then you have some backups for the house, for your car, what have you. It's really great. Like I said, all different colors, and it's made out of both stainless steel and aluminum, so that the main frame of the pen is stainless steel, and then the cap part is aluminum. And from the stats I got, it says it weighs 1.6 ounces. It's just a really nice pen, honestly, in my opinion, and it looks very professional. The stainless steel, shiny chrome color on the pen, and then the accents of black look really nice. You can even get them engraved with your company name or your social media on the outside of this pen. And I really like this pen. I was going to go online and buy something else, but when I found this and I've been testing it out, I really like it. So this will be my forever EDC pen for the foreseeable future. If you guys have any other recommendations, let me know. But so far, I really like this pen. Before, I was just carrying one of those Bic gel pens. Works great, but sometimes the gel smears and can't write on certain surfaces. But with a ballpoint, you can kind of write on anything. So switched out to this metal pen. So far, I really, really like it. So those are the 3 items that slide into those 3 little sleeve pockets that I was talking about on my pouch. The last main compartment or sleeve on the pouch, I throw in a couple of these small little notebooks. I actually have 3 different style of notebooks, got them all from the dollar store. These are super small. and these fit inside that pouch. So I think they're like 3 inches by 5 or something like that. I've got this little spiral notebook here, and then I have one of these paper bound notebooks, all for writing notes or just writing something down like your grocery list. These come in handy really, really well. I am somebody who really always needs to kind of write down the things that she needs to do for the day. I'm just a visual person, so grabbing a pen and paper and writing something down really quickly helps me remember and complete my tasks for the day. So I like to keep a couple options for notebooks. And then I actually have a third little piece in here, and this was like an extended sticky note. These are the long version, so again, like the 3x5s or whatever these are. And these, again, allow me to just leave a note somewhere, can stick it onto a windshield, a desk, a computer, the refrigerator, somebody's keys. Really doesn't matter. But I have these 3 little slim notebooks. Honestly, you could get away with one. I just like to have the options, and they don't really weigh anything. They take up practically no profile room in the bag. And if I need to lend some paper to somebody or a notebook to somebody, I can while having a backup. I bought the 3-pack for $1.25 of the spirals, and then a 4-pack for $1.25 for the paper bound. It's up to you which one you prefer. If you prefer having a notebook with you, I always suggest having a pen and paper on you. It's very invaluable. I use it all the time. And then if I needed to, I could also use the paper for a tinder source if I was trying to start a fire. The last thing that I have on the outside of my pouch is this stainless steel climbing carabiner. So the carabiner here was $2 to $3 at my local hardware store. It weighs 0.4 pounds. I don't know what that accumulates to in ounces. Sorry, guys. And it's 5/16 inches thick by 3 inches long. So just a few specs for you guys. Very accessible and affordable. I just like to have that so I can clip the pouch maybe to the outside of my backpack or to my belt or what have you. It's just a nice quick connect and disconnect option to have. And on here, I have 3 different size hair ties. These are really mostly for my wife because she's always needing a hair tie. I obviously have short hair and not enough to get any sort of ponytail into, but I like to have these as a backup for her or for anybody that I run into that might need them, even for like my nieces or friends of mine. They always come in handy. All right, that's everything on the outside of the pouch. Let's open up this zipper and take a look at what we have on the inside. All right, first thing that we have is my chapstick. So I have this Vaseline brand Lip Theory chapstick with aloe vera. This thing weighs 0.16 ounces or 4.8 grams. I always, always, always have chapstick with me, obviously to protect my lips from chapping or cracking. It also can be used as a fire extender if we put this with some sort of cotton material. And chapstick is just, a must have for me in my everyday. Usually I have one in my pocket, so this one's really a backup in the pouch itself, but very invaluable. Whatever your favorite brand of chapstick is or your go-to, let me know in the comments below. This one expires in 05 of 25, so we've got a while to go here. The next item that I have, I don't know if you can hear it, but is my little travel size pill container. Now, I am somebody who takes medication every single day, and I like to make sure that I have extras of that medication, at least 2 to 3 of each pill, depending on what that is. And I'm going to open this up for you guys and show you. So I have 3 of my prescribed medication here. I have a couple, 3 liquid gels, excuse me. I have 3 allergy pills here. I also have a pair of Dayquil. I have one of these small little energy like tablets, and then I also have a vitamin C booster. So those are all the things that I keep. Oh, and a Benadryl, excuse me. So that's what I keep in my little pill container here. Again, if you're somebody who takes medication every day, please make sure that you always have backups on you. I keep this one in my pouch on my person all the time. I have one that clips onto my keys that has my main medication on there. And then I have backups in my backpacks, my car, and at work. So little travel size pill container is invaluable for me. The next little items that I have here are 2 spare AAA batteries, and these are obviously for my flashlight, just in case it runs out. Now, my flashlight only runs on 1 AAA battery, so I have 2 backups here. They're small, compact, don't weigh too much, so I like to keep 2 in my backpack just so I have extras. The next little item that I have in here is my little sewing kit, and this is a homemade sewing kit that I made I took a couple pieces from a little pocket sewing kit, and I took a straw. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to my YouTube channel and check at that out. So basically, what I did, I took one of those large, like boba style straws. You can burn the end and seal it up. And then I have thrown two safety pins, two bobby pins, a spool of white thread, and then I had a spool of black thread in here, but I had to use that recently, so must replenish that one. And I've got 6 different size needles of, again, 6 different sizes, lengths, and thicknesses. So I can kind of cover all of my bases here. If I have thicker material, I use that heavy duty needle. And if not, I use the little ones. I also keep one very small button that fits in here. This button can be used to repair a button-up shirt. That's everything that I have in this little sewing kit. It's just under 3 inches. Let me see, actually. It's about 2.5 inches long, weighs practically nothing. I'm going to make an extended version of this because I actually had to use this recently, so it's been cut open and it's starting to wear out a little bit, but great little sewing kit option. I use this thing all the time, guys. You would be shocked at the amount of times somebody has, you know, lost a button, or, their seam has ripped on something, or I needed to patch a particle of clothing, or something that was the dog's that she ripped open, or on Christmas, this little kid, he ripped the ball off of his hat. So I pulled out my sewing kit and I stitched it up for him. A little sewing kit or repair kit is huge in my opinion. And again, I have that electrical tape on my lighter, so I can use that for a lot of different types of repairs, whether it's a tarp or waterproof jacket. I also have, as part of my little repair kit, a couple of these like 4-inch and 6-inch zip ties. So I keep 2 of each in this pouch. They weigh nothing, but zip ties can be used for so many different things, and they are invaluable to me. So I keep a couple of zip ties in my pouch just in case I need to do some sort of makeshift repair. Next up, we have a couple pieces of gum. So I like to keep a little bit of mint gum in my pouch at all times just to keep my breath a little bit fresher, especially if I'm meeting up with somebody, or, introducing myself, or just have eaten something like coffee that just gives you that coffee breath. I don't want to have coffee breath, guys. So I keep like 3 or 4 sticks of gum in my pouch at a time. I usually just pull them out of the pack that's inside of my car if I ever get low on supplies, as they say. But 4 pieces of gum, they came in handy when we were on the flight, helped us pop our ears, and also keeps away hunger, gives you a little bit of a sugar boost. So keep a few sticks of gum in my pouch as well. The last little bit of things that I have in my pouch have to do with first aid and feminine care. So, the first item that I have is this small travel size tampon. And to all the guys out there that squirm when us ladies talk about this, no offense, but kind of get over yourself. So, I am a young lady who has to worry about that time of the month every month. Okay. It's something that happens to us. It's never really going to stop, at least not for a while. So I always like to have a tampon with me in my pouch at all times on my person, ready to go. And I also keep supplies in my car just in case, in my work bags just in case, whatever the case is. This thing can be used, obviously, when that time of the month happens. Can also be used for bloody noses or bullet wounds. So it has multi-purposes. And also, I'm just remembering, I could use this thing to start a fire. So has multiple different uses. As a lady, we have to be prepared, so I always keep something with me at all times. The next couple items I have here is just a variation of band-aids. So I've got a few of those little double 2-packs, of bandages. So I have the small, medium, regular size band-aids or style band-aids. Then I have a 2-pack of your finger style band-aids, and then one large bandage. And with these items, I can pretty much cover any minor or a little bit more serious cut that I may get when I'm out doing something on the job or out in the woods. I can either use the regular band-aids that I have, or if it's something more serious, I can use the larger pad with the electrical tape that I have and take care of myself temporarily until I get somewhere where better aid is available. But I always have Band-Aids with me. They are a must-have. And to go with the Band-Aids, I always have a small thing of Neosporin. So for me, again, I took one of those straws that I was talking about before, burned one of the ends, filled it with Neosporin, closed the other end off, and now I have a one-use or a multi-use little dose of Neosporin. It's better than keeping the full thing of Neosporin in my bag and also risking that thing to burst or leak. So I like to keep these little straw-sized ones, and they take up no room in my bag. The last item in my pouch, guys, that I'm looking at right now has to do with first aid also, and it is a titanium pair of tweezers. And I bought these guys in a 2-pack online. The brand name is, Cologne. I don't know. Kilione. That's the name of the company. And I got my 2-pack of tweezers for $7.49. And these things are awesome. They come in a variety of different colors. I picked blue just so they match my pouch and I know that they're mine. At a certain point, I'm going to get my wife the orange ones because she hates splinters and she also hates ticks. So those are the two main things that these are used for. Again, very small and compact, very lightweight. So these are the bigger version. They're the ones that I keep in this pouch. And then there's a mini version. So the larger size is 3.2 inches and they are like 0.15 inches thick. And the small size is 1.7 inches. Again, by like 0.15 inches thick. Super small and super compact, but they're titanium. They've got a really nice fine edge on them. I have used them to pull out tweezers. Haven't needed them for ticks yet, but I'm sure this coming spring we're going to run into a few of them. But tweezers, guys, are huge, especially for splinters and, like I said, ticks. I work with wood all the time, whether that's processing firewood, building DIY projects, working on whatever have you, even metal. So if you get slivers or splinters, you need something to get them out. And these tweezers do it for me. Again, really inexpensive, but good quality titanium tweezers, excuse me. I couldn't beat it, couldn't say no to it. So I definitely grabbed me a pair of them. And they have worked really well. They have this little hex cut out in the top of them. So you could put a little lanyard or bead or carabiner on there if you wanted to. I recommend these to anybody who is out in the woods. But I know it sounds like a small little thing, but splinters can cause a lot of pain and discomfort, and they can also cause infections. So you want something to take care of that issue if it arises. And that's everything that's in my EDC kit, guys. Again, I carry these items with me every day, probably 95% of the time. So if I'm going to a nice event like a business meeting or a wedding, obviously I'm dressed up, I'm in a suit, I'm in something more professional, and I'm not going to be carrying this big pouch or my multi-tool with me. That's unnecessary. But every other day of the week, I'm basically carrying all of these items and I use them mostly every single day. That's not a joke. That's not a gimmick. That's not something that I'm just saying for this episode. I really do use these items all the time. They're just really great little resources to have. So if you guys like this episode, please let me know and comment down below what your EDC is or would be, or if you're going to build one, or some pieces of kit that you may recommend to me. The one thing that I know that I don't have in this kit is a little pry bar tool, and I'm currently researching and figuring out which one works best for me, and then I'm going to pick that up and obviously let you guys know. Other than that, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this podcast. It helps us get out there to everybody. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next adventure. I hope you guys have a great day.